my gosh, am I really doing this? Hey guys, it's Charlie. I have so many things that I need to update you guys on. First of all, well, one of the things is this. The next thing is, well, about a week ago, I started filming a video and I ended up doing nothing else in my day, so I stopped filming, but here are the clips from that. I was driving and I saw this really cool thing and I thought I'd stop and show you guys. It looks like some type of temple, but it looks a little bit different than I'm used to seeing, so I thought I'd show you guys. There's a big glare on the, there's my motorbike. There's a big glare on the glass, but pretty much there's just tons of carved, kind of like Buddhas. Even this tree is cool. Like, look at the thing it's planted in. That looks super cool. It has like layers of stone. Yeah, it's a temple, but I feel like I'm not dressed properly for a temple. Like, I have my shoulders and everything showing. So I just show you guys this part. I just feel like it's super cool, and I've never seen anything like that where like all the wood is carved into like statues. I think that's so cool. I wish you guys could see it better, but there's a glare from the glass, so that's what I want to show you. I just stopped. I was like, I have to show them. Yeah. All right, I'm in Tejo now, and I'm on Tejo Street, and I thought I'd show you this really interesting building. It looks super duper old. I love buildings like this that look like they have a lot of history. I'm not sure when it was built, but I think it's really cool. I don't know if any of you guys are like me who likes to look at old buildings. I think they're really cool. I feel like it's kind of like going to a thrift store and then finding like a really vintage item. It's like, who knows what the story is behind it, and I don't know, I like things that have a little bit of history behind it and mystery, I guess. I just saw something that gives me trypophobia, and I'm gonna go show you guys. I've talked about trypophobia before. It's a fear of holes, and this is what bothers me. I've never seen it in real life. Oh my god. Comment below if this bothers anyone else. Actually, it would bother me more if the holes were empty, like if there was an empty space in the holes. So it doesn't bother me as much, but I just know what it would look like. So it does bother me. Oh, it makes me itch. But actually that wasn't too bad, but I just know what they look like when the hole is empty, and it like really gives me the, what you would call like EBGBs. But yeah. Let me know if anyone else has trypophobia. I don't recommend looking it up. if you don't know what it is, because some of you might have it and not know, and it just really like it's triggering. Some of the images you can find. Yeah. And now I am going in for a demo class. I just drove my bike to this school. I had an interview 2 days ago and they emailed me. Actually, they asked me, when can you come in for a demo class? Maybe sometime soon. And I was like, tomorrow? And they're like, how about next week? I'm like, I'm ready. But then they ended up emailing me the next day, which was yesterday, and saying that they, or was it, yeah, yesterday, and saying I can come in for a demo class the next day. So I guess they needed a teacher maybe, or they didn't find anyone else to interview. I don't know. But I'm gonna go in for my interview. Well, it's not an interview, it's kind of an interview. It's a demo class. Pretty much you teach a class so that they can see how you teach and if they like you as a teacher. So that's what I'm doing today. My class is only 30 minutes, so it's super short. I have a lot of time before class because I wanted to come early and print out some things and prepare and kind of look around, you know. It's good to see you guys. I hope you guys are doing good. It's a beautiful day. I'll see you guys after my demo class. I'm very, very confident right now, and I feel very good about this class. I am really excited to start back teaching, kind of. I'll see you guys after I finish. Alright guys, I just finished my class. I'm in the office, so I'm not gonna yeah. I will talk to you guys when I get out after they speak with me. The students were really fun and good. They seemed younger than I thought they would be, so I was a bit shocked, and I didn't use some of the things that I had planned. I feel like they're taking a long time in their meeting. That can be a good thing or a bad thing. Okay, so I just finished talking with them. I was like surprised and not surprised. So I don't know, first of all, if I got it or not. So pretty much they told me the good things, and I could see, I was like writing down what they were telling me because I wanted to like learn from the experience. And pretty much like I could see his list, and he had some good qualities. Hello. And some negative ones. I'm seriously just vlogging in front of the school and people can see me. I think I will finish it somewhere else. I have another visitor. Okay, so pretty much they were like opening up the school, the front of the school, and there was like a staff member there, and I didn't want to just be talking about my experience at the school. The school is a really nice school, let me just say that, and I really, really want to work for them. They seem very together. It's a school that I would want to work for. Let's just say that, because actually in Vietnam there are a lot of centers and a lot of them can be disorganized. There is a center that I have been subbing for, kind of like covering classes for occasionally, well, twice. And they are actually pretty organized and a good center. The thing is, a lot of places here in Vietnam, it's hard to find. It can be, I'm not saying it's impossible, it can be really hard to find a school that actually is organized, that has everything together. I mean, no school is gonna have everything together, but there are just some schools that are just a no. And I could already tell when I first arrived on Monday that this is a school I would want to work for. I would be able to grow as a teacher. I can learn a lot from the school and the staff about teaching, and they're just a good school. I can kind of tell. On the other hand, you just never know, because I have some other things that I have to add after I tell you guys this. So pretty much, I don't know if I got the job. I feel like it could go either way with the feedback that they gave me. First of all, my feelings after I got out of the class, I had mixed feelings. I was not as confident as when I first went in. Let me tell you that. I'm very, very confident right now, and I feel very good about this class. I prepared a topic, and I prepared like my lesson plan. I printed out my lesson plan. I even came early so that I could print out a couple extras so that I would give enough to the people who would be viewing my class. And so I had extra lesson plans so people could see. I probably shouldn't have even given them that so they wouldn't be able to follow along to know what I'm actually doing, what my plan is. I think that, but actually they could see. I think even just providing the lesson plan shows that I was prepared. I had a plan. I even provided extras so that they could follow along with my lesson. So pretty much after my class, I felt like I wasn't as confident as I thought I was after the class, because when I got to the class, I realized, okay, but they seem a lot younger than I had planned. I realized I need to lower the level of my lesson plan ASAP, because there's no way I'm teaching what I had planned to these students, because they seemed a lot younger. Like, I don't know what it is, my difference from Korea to this class in Vietnam, but they seem so much younger, and I was kind of like, what am I gonna do? I started teaching some of the vocabulary of the animals. Pretty much I could tell already that the students knew some of the animals and that this was a lesson that they had already learned. Pretty much I had them standing up and I did a song. I realized that song is it has too many words. So pretty much I scraped that song, taught some more words, introduced the new song, which was a lower level, had less words. I could tell they already knew that song, and I was kind of like relieved, because I just needed some of the load off my back, because this class was younger than I thought. And so I pretty much had to scrape all the plan that I had. And also the PowerPoint thing that I had of the images of the animals that I had prepared. When I got to the class, I realized there's no area. Oh, it just bumped my head. I realized there was no PowerPoint like screen. So lesson learned is actually, I came early so that I could see the classroom, but actually the ladies that were printing my papers, they had trouble with their computer. I should have arrived even earlier. I arrived in a good time, but it was pretty much they were having trouble with their computer and all that stuff. I was actually very proud of myself, because I was interacting with the students really well, giving them, there's a man peeing now. This is pretty much everyday life here when nature calls. So pretty much I'm really proud of myself, because I did have to scrape pretty much all of my lesson plan. I feel very talented to be able to continue on with this conversation as the man's peeing in front of me. Pretty much I am proud of myself, because I pretty much had to scrape a lot of my lesson plan and go just off of just anything. I just wish I had prepared enough lower level things, because I think it's better to go a little bit lower than you think than higher, because if you go higher it's just like whoosh, and if you go a bit lower it's like, you know, it can go a little bit more smoothly, and at least they can see your personality and how you carry a class, rather than you trying to go above and beyond teaching something that is way too far, like, you know, past their level. So I am proud of myself for just being able to get through the class, but now I learned my lesson of, you know, prepare something a little bit lower than you think. And they gave me some really good constructive criticism. So pretty much what I was trying to say, I could see the man's list. He's pretty much the head of the school, and I could see his list, and like as he was telling me the good qualities, I could see it was like this much, and then his negative feedback was like this much. And I was like, oh my gosh, even my eyes are starting to water. I was like, was it really that bad? Okay, don't cry. So pretty much he had some good feedback, let me tell you that before I get too teary-eyed. I'm so proud of myself though, because I've never taught a 30-minute class. In Korea, my classes were 40 minutes. And I actually think they were higher levels. So I think I prepared way over what I expected. So I'm proud of myself, let me just tell you that. Okay, so some of the things he was telling me actually make me so excited because Xin chào. As I'm like tearing up, this man is like passing me. I don't want to appear weak in front of people because that's like a target. This is what not to do in public. Okay. I'm crying because I'm proud of myself. Yeah. So pretty much some of the things that he told me was that I'm very enthusiastic. This is pretty much him. He did a really good job at, like, you know, giving you the good news before the bad news. Just the things that he had to say about me were very touching as someone who has taught for 4.5 years and who has, you guys have seen my experiences. Why am I crying? Pretty much I haven't taught in a 1.5 years. I mean, I taught 2 cover classes, 3 cover classes, and as a teacher, sometimes, like, you know, you feel like you're not recognized for what you do. And it was just really nice to hear him say some really good things that I actually think are true. And I feel like he could already see in just my first lesson. Okay, this is really stupid. Oh my gosh, am I really doing this? I'm so stupid. Okay, anyway, he told me I'm very enthusiastic and he could actually see my passion for teaching, even though in my head I'm like, I felt like my passion for teaching has died. But he told me that he could see my passion, my friendliness, and my enthusiasm. And I feel like it's true because, like, for the past 1.5 years, I've been like, oh, my passion for teaching has died. I don't want to do this anymore. But I felt like I'm in a position where I want to try again. And actually, leading up to this class, I got super excited. I was like really excited to like plan a lesson and prepare my class. And I got really excited. And it was, I feel like it was like this fire for teaching that I felt like I hadn't felt in a really long time. And I feel like it was because when I went to this interview on Monday, I saw the school and I could tell it was a really good school. This is probably not a really good reason, but I really wanted to get this job pretty much. It smells like pee here. I don't know what sparked in me, but I just really felt like if I'm gonna do this again, if I'm gonna get back into teaching, I really want to get back into teaching, and I don't want to do half a job. I want to do a full job. I want to learn and grow as a teacher, because that's pretty much what you're always doing, is learning and growing. I didn't realize this was going to become so passionate, and this video is going to take this turn, but pretty much he told me that my interaction with the students, he could tell that no matter what, I'm able to learn and grow. And he could see my passion as a teacher. And above anything else, even he said, even though your lesson pretty much didn't go the way it looked like you planned, he pretty much said like my lesson like pretty much failed. Even though he could tell my lesson didn't go the way I had intended it to go, he could see the qualities that it takes in a teacher, and that is what is most important. I don't know if he was just trying to talk me up so I wouldn't feel so bad, because I could see his list was like good qualities versus bad. I don't know, but that in itself, I already knew that it was true. Because yes, my lesson plan failed, but I did have a passion and I was really excited to teach this class. And for that, I'm so proud of myself. I'm really proud of myself. I was pretty much writing as he was telling me, because I told him that I was here to learn. And so he pretty much said my biggest fail was my lesson plan, which I already knew. My lesson plan, he told me my biggest fail, he didn't say fail, but pretty much my biggest downfall was my lesson plan. I had too many words that I was teaching in a short amount of time, which I knew already when I started making my lesson plan. I didn't go with my lesson plan, and I should teach less words. I had to pretty much throw out my whole lesson plan. Now I'm getting to the point where I can laugh at myself. The good thing is he gave me a chance to explain what my thoughts were, and I'm really glad because he told me he could tell I was prepared. And I was. I brought in a lesson plan, like a printed lesson plan for enough people as there were viewing my class. There were 4 people, and I brought in like word cards, and I had all my animals ready. I had songs prepared. I had my laptop prepared. I had my lesson prepared, and I have snot running down my nose. So that was a good thing. So pretty much when he gave me a chance to give me a chance to speak and share my thoughts, I told him that I pretty much scraped out my whole lesson plan. That when I arrived, I even told him after the lesson, before we even had this talk, are these really 3- and 4-year-olds? Because they seem younger. For me, they seemed younger. But that's just my experience versus Korea, because my experience in Korea was my 3- and 4-year-olds were more advanced. Pretty much I told him I scraped my whole lesson plan once I got into the class, because 1, I saw the level of the students, and 2, I saw there was no place for me to have my my presentation that I had. Usually there's like some type of place for like at least showing something, and there was not even a board in my class. So I had printed out things and I couldn't use them, scraped all that, and I just went with the songs I had and the visuals that I had. And so pretty much I explained to him that situation, that I scraped all of my plan and I just went with everything I had. I got out my laptop, I showed him my PowerPoint that I had of animals and what I had planned. Pretty much I'm really glad, like I can tell it's a good school, and I still like really want to work there. And he told me that even though my lesson plan failed, he didn't say those words, but pretty much in that context, he can tell that I was prepared. I do have some experience, but I do have some learning to do, which I already know, which is why I had my notebook out ready to write some notes when he was there to give me feedback. And that's one thing that he said. He said, I can tell you're a teachable teacher and you're able to grow with the school. Pretty much I will hear from them later, but either way, I'm proud of myself, and I learned a lot of lessons in this. I'm still hoping that I get the job. But another thing is, a part of me is wondering, because when I left, pretty much he didn't get a chance to meet me. I'm not done with this video. When I had my interview on Monday, he did not really meet me. So there were downfalls with the school just as there were pluses. I could tell, although I could tell the school was kind of organized, I could see that there was like some disorganization. And I was actually offered a job for a center, which is not like a regular school. I was offered a job at a center, and then I actually turned it down because I could tell after going to the school and seeing the school, they were completely disorganized. They didn't have their stuff together, and it was not a school I wanted to work for. I definitely think before accepting a job, you should spend a little bit more time at the school and actually try and go view classes before you go accept a job. I don't think you should accept a job just based on your demo class. I think you should go view at least 1 or 2 classes before you accept a job. So keep that in mind. But pretty much when I went on my interview on Monday, I arrived like 15 minutes early. So I got there early, I sat, I waited, then I had to wait another almost 40 minutes. It was at least 30 to 40 minutes because the principal, the one who gave me my feedback, he was in a meeting with a parent. The people kept coming back and forth to me saying it'll only be 10 minutes. When I first got there, they told me it was gonna be 10 minutes. Now there's another pee here. Now I know why it smells like pee. I had to wait a long time for my interview. So first it started out 10 minutes, then it was he'll be here in another 10 minutes, so that was 20 minutes. And then it got to the point where it was 40 minutes in of me just waiting for him to get out of his parent meeting. It was like, I guess, the spontaneous, you know, things pop up at the last minute, I understand. 3 staff members did my interview for me and it only lasted like 10 minutes. So that was that. And on the way out, I met him. He's pretty much said, sorry, I couldn't make it. So pretty much as I was leaving, he was saying bye and we didn't really talk. So that was my interview and my first demo class. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I really still want this job at this school because of all the places that I've seen and interviewed at. This seems like probably one of the better schools to work for here, and I still want the job. Pretty much on my way out today, he was like, so how much are you looking to get paid? And I told him my pay rate and he was like, okay. I already know how much they typically pay. He doesn't know this, but I already asked in my interview how much they pay because I didn't want to tell them my price before knowing their price. So I gave them my price. He didn't know I did that because he missed the interview. I learned a lot, but I really hope I get the job. So I'll keep you guys updated. And no matter how many years you teach, your first time teaching a class could go any way, and that's a lesson you can learn. Like seriously, sometimes it's a win, sometimes it's a lose. And I've taught 3 classes before, not at this school but at another school, and my classes went really well and I was asked back to teach. And this time when I really want it, everything goes not as planned. You can plan, you can have so much experience, but you really never know how a class is gonna go. I learned a lot, and that's a big deal. Like for me, I take so much from this is ask more questions before the class. Like all they told me was their age and the topic, and I went from there. Ask more questions. What's their level? Give me more info. So lessons learned. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching my journey. Thank you guys for sitting around for this long rant. One of the big lessons I learned from this is that I actually do want to teach again. And I think that's a good lesson to learn, is I actually do want to come back to teaching. I was very iffy for the past 1.5 years. I actually wasn't iffy. I was a very blatant no. But after teaching, I mean, I have taught a couple classes, but after having this experience, I do know I actually do want to teach again. And I think that's a good place to be in. So now I can dive full force in on my lesson planning and preparing for the future. Whether I get this job or not, I know I do want to teach again, so I can start preparing for that instead of being in this limbo stage of I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to go back to teaching? No, I don't. Oh, I'm not sure. This is my biggest lesson. I want to teach again. Thank you for watching.